8 seconds is all it takes for the Zelda community to go back into analysis mode, and I'm loving every single instant of it. Everyone is analyzing the sign on Link's hand and theorizing just what happened to the Master Sword, and I love it. Now, I didn't just want to reiterate what everyone has already said, so I took some time, did a lot of Google searches, and found some very interesting stuff. As we all know, Nintendo loves including real world myths, folklore, and literature into its Zelda games. And with the new footage we saw, we got a better glimpse of Link's new ancient Greek/Roman inspired attire, the corroded Master Sword, and this weird symbols. But what if I told you that this isn't the Master Sword that we all know? What if I told you that it is somehow different? So with all my Google searching, I came across various mythological stories and tales of folklore from different cultures, but the one that stood out to me the most was an interesting tale about a legendary sword named Kusanagi no Tsurugi. I'll put down a link to the whole story in the description if you'd like to check it out. So basically, to summarize the story, there's a god named Susanoo, and he defeats an 8-headed beast, and from its tail, he discovers a sword which he names Ame no Murakomo no Tsurugi, which translates to Heavenly Sword of Gathering Clouds. Generations later, a great warrior named Yamato Takero is granted this sword to protect his family. While hunting, Yamato is ambushed by a treacherous warlord, and he is stuck in a grassland engulfed in flames. He decides to cut the grass to stop the flames, but by doing so, he discovers that the sword has magical power of creating wind. So the fire is blown away and Takero comes out victorious. After his victory, Takero renames his sword Kusanagi no Tsurugi, which translates to grass cutting sword. Now, even though this is all legend, the Kusanagi no Tsurugi is one of the 3 imperial regalia of Japan. The sword has purposely been sealed away from the public view for hundreds and hundreds of years to honor its sacredness and its authority. But to this day, in Japan, the sword still represents the virtue of valor and courage. All very interesting, right? A lot of very familiar points. Alright, now here's where the theory comes into place. Taking this legend into account, this Link we see right here could be a sort of Susanoo, a god of some sort, maybe an ancient warrior god? And this Link we see right here is a sort of Yamato Takero, a chosen warrior. Now you may be thinking, oh, so they're different people? Well, not exactly. The conclusion that I've come to is that when this Link teleports, travels, flies up, whatever you want to call it, to a floating island, he transforms into this godly being. Now, I'm not saying he's on the same level as the golden goddesses or Hylia, but a lesser god, maybe even a guardian of some sort. He is still Link, but he attains the attributes, strengths, and physical characteristics of this ancient warrior deity. Deity? This transformation could in fact happen like the transformation we see in Twilight Princess, when Link transforms into a wolf upon entering an area of Twilight. Maybe when Link became one with the ancient hand, it changed something in him that caused this physical change when he sets course for the islands in the sky. So it's still Link, but now he has access to the powers or abilities this ancient being had. Now so far it's somewhat of an alright theory, but let's dig deeper. Remember how I mentioned that the sword from the legend's original name translates to Heavenly Sword of Gathering Clouds? Now I don't have to say this myself, but we do see plenty of clouds surrounding these floating islands. And take in mind, these islands and clouds are nowhere to be seen in Breath of the Wild. So could these Sky Islands actually be some sort of heavenly islands that were hidden by the golden goddesses only to be revealed to the ancient god warrior once he is awakened so he could return the sword to its place of origin to fully awaken its true power? I don't know, maybe. Let me know what you think in the comments. From the legend, we also know that when the sword was used by the mortal Yamato Takero, it was given the name of Kusanagi no Tsurugi, which means grass cutter, which is honestly very hilarious because do I need to say anymore? I kid. Or do I? Now you may be saying, actually Ace Monkey, in Skyward Sword we see that the true potential of the sword is becoming the Master Sword. And yes, you are right, that is its true potential when wielded by a mere mortal. What if the sword's true potential can only be revealed when wielded by a deity of some sort? What if the sword tried to unleash its true potential to defeat an ancient evil once and for all? What if said sword broke because a mortal could not handle the true power of the sword? A lot of what ifs, I know, but it sure does get me excited. This theory does rely on the fact that this ancient Link is a god of some sort, being greater than your average man, or maybe just an individual that lived amongst the gods. But if true, this theory could mean that we see an even more powerful Master Sword that, although the same blade, could have a different name that does it justice to its true power. In Breath of the Wild 2, the sky seems to be such a heavy theme, and with this legend of a mythical sword descending from the quote-unquote heavens, and literally named a heavenly sword, well, it's hard not to think that this could hold some truth. In the end of the day, this is just speculation and a theory of mine. I could be wrong, or I could be right. I mean, I have been right before with some of my theories. At the end of the day, this is all good fun. I love taking deep dives and putting one and two together. So if you enjoyed the video and think it could hold some ground, I'd appreciate it if you drop a like. That could get more people into the conversation and see what everyone else thinks. And if you want more theories filled with lore, mythology, and all that kind of stuff, then make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on any uploads. The Breath of the Wild 2 fire has once again been ignited. I have a couple more ideas I want to share, so be on the lookout for that. Till next time everyone, I'm Ace Monkey, have a great day, and thanks for watching.